Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. Now this is an M53-55, the Tier 9 American SPG, and we're located on the south spawn of Murovanka. And the commander of this vehicle is Malkavian Strasser. At least I think that's the correct pronunciation. And battle is about to get underway. Okay, we're off. Now this particular vehicle has the 8-inch howitzer, which identifies it as the M55 as used by the US Army. The M53 was the one with the 155mm gun, and that was only used by the US Marine Corps. And the chassis were interchangeable, so you could use the 155mm gun on the M55 chassis and vice versa, because they both use the same chassis, which was from the Patton tank, the M46 or the M47 Patton tank. And it looks like Malkavian's found his firing position, and he's got some targets to fire at straight away, an FE-4002 and a Hawk 12. Looks like he's going for the Hawk. Wow, good hit. Good first strike, 128 hit points on the Hawk from splash alone. And that's because this is an 8-inch howitzer. It's got a very, very big splash radius. Okay, he's moving to change position. Seeing as it's actually built on the chassis of a Patton tank, it has got a reasonable turn of speed. But the one best thing about the M53 is the fact that it's got a turret, which means it's got a very wide field of fire, almost as good as the M44. He's dialed in on the MP, and it lands directly behind the 263 hit points. 2 critical hits, and he moves back. The one unfortunate thing about the M53 is really the reload speed. It does tend to be a bit slow on the 8-inch howitzer, but you'd expect that really for these high caliber guns. Okay, looks like he's going for the T26E4. Almost ready to go. Round out. Oh, that one landed right in front of him. The shell shot past the front of the tank, landed in the ground just behind, just in front of him rather. But he did pick up 200. He did pick up a sizable number of hit points, and he got huge amounts of stun assistance off that. 1,400 hit points of stun assistance straight away. Well, he's almost reloaded. Looks like he's going to go for the Carnarvon. Pulling back a little. Okay, no, is he going to go for that AMX? Yes, he does. And that was a good shot. 433 hit points, 2 critical hits. And the reason for that, obviously, is that it's a lighter tank, so it's got lighter armour, which means it suffers more damage from the splash. Now, it looks like his team has actually scored most of the Magic Forest, whereas the enemy team have actually scored most of the west side of the map. But that doesn't matter to Malkavian, because he can just relocate and fire from the east side of the map, going after the Carnarvon, or Caravan as Zircon calls it. Round out. Oh! Another 243 hit points, 2 critical hits. Again, that was a splash, but this time it was a heavy tank and therefore less damage. He's relocating, moving north. His team almost have control of the enemy cap area. There's a Scorpion up there that's causing a bit of a problem, and nothing Neil's gone down. The scores are 5-7, but I don't think that should worry them. Oh, now that Carnarvon's going for the cap. He is in the cap. Round out. And that one, well, it stunned the Carnarvon and reduced the cap points. But he's relocating. Not moving very far though. Doesn't have to. Okay, going into position. Looks like he's going to go after the Carnarvon. Now he's parked it next to a destructible building. So, yeah, that's what's going to happen. The building's going to get damaged. The Carnarvon's going to get hit by splash. He's almost reloaded. not long to go. He's loaded. Round out, straight away. Direct hit, 472 hit points. Notice the difference in damage from the direct hit to the splash. Especially, even though it was a heavy tank, it still did a lot of damage to that canard. Okay, Type 4 heavy. Now this is going to be slightly different, I think, but oh, there's that 1390 again. He's still roaming around at the back of the map. Now I think he's looking for Arty, but he can't find Arty because Arty's not where he'd expect them to be. Okay, he's loaded, round out on Type 4, and he stunned him. And he's picking up some stun assists from the Type 4 who's being hit. That's one thing about the Type 4. I did test it myself yesterday. I was on the training rooms with one individual who actually had the Type 4 heavy. And I took out one of my light tanks just to see if it was possible to pen a Type 4 heavy. And it really depended on the caliber of the gun you actually had. And I found that the higher the caliber, you could actually get penetration, even from a light tank. But it also did help if you hit the weak points. And it's going to go for the Scorpion. Oh, the shell overshot. And because he was on a ridge line, it really overshot him. In fact, you know, it fell so far behind him, I don't think that did much stun to the target, the Scorpion. But that Scorpion is staying near their own cap. And I think he's sticking around just in case he needs to get a reset. The scores have actually gone the other way now. It's 10-9. But Markavian still doesn't have a kill. That may change soon. Right, he's fired on the position that the Scorpion was located. He's right at the back of the map now on the east side, right up against the edge. He's lost sight of that target, but he's got this Waffenträger Alpanzer 4. And I think that's where he's going to go next. Working out where he's going to go next, where he's headed. Oh, he's stationary. Okay, out straight away. He just had to adjust, and he killed him. That's his first kill of the game. Wiped him out. Nice one. Okay, FB4202 in that dip between the hills. Took a round there. Saw the tracer disappear as it hit the target. Right, we're expecting that some of these enemy tanks are going to be spotted soon, but there's only so few tanks left on his team. In fact, we've got the FD4202 in the south, the AMX-65 ton in the east, and the Pershing up near the cap. So there's not really that many tanks spotting. It's the Pershing who's spotting that Scorpion at the moment. And ideally we need to lay fire down on those tanks, because those are the ones which could possibly go for a reset. There's a VK1001P. Now he's trying to anticipate where to put the shell down. But since they've all disappeared again, I think it's going to be the FB4202 who's now spotting. So we have to anticipate that he's going to see targets around about 200 meters away, provided the ground doesn't get in the way. Yes, it is. Okay, so there's the VK. And a tree went down over there. That indicates that maybe the Scorpion's over there. But that round, direct hit. 308 hit points, 3 critical hits. Hit the VK nicely. Stunned him as well. FB4202 still got 64% of his health, but that might change dramatically if there is a Scorpion down there, because that Scorpion can shave off a fair amount of that. Probably, yes. Oh no, it's 2 enemy tanks, Scorpion and an FB4202 at the same time. Oh, I think our FB4202 is going to go down, but he took out the Scorpion first. Round out on the FB, on the enemy one. Too far away, but our guy was able to finish off the enemy 4202, which means it's just 4 tanks against 2 now. And Malkavian's dialing in on the VK. The FE4202 is moving up to Scott. There's the Scorpion. The Scorpion's a more dangerous target. Should be going for that, but the Scorpion's just fired. And there's the 65 ton. He takes out the Scorpion. And Malkavian's loaded. Rounds out. Oh, made a lovely noise as it went into the ground just in front of the VK. But he did pick up 273 hit points off that splash. And the FE4202 is coming down, put a round into him, and that means he's picking up stun assist. Yes, he is. The Pershing's coming up. They're all coming up to finish him off and win the battle. Will Malkavian get another shot in? Might. He might just. Oh no, cheated out of that final round. Oh dear. Oh well, it's a victory. So, only one kill. But let's have a look at the end of battle results to see how we got on. Oh my god, this is good. He got his first mark of excellence on the M53, M55. He also got a first class tanker for the damage. He got a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. He got 14. And he got a Confederate medal because he hit more of the enemy than anyone else. At least 6 tanks subsequently destroyed by others, or more. And in fact, in this case, it is more because he actually did hit a lot of the enemy, which were then killed by others. So let's have a look at the team scores. Well, he came second on damage, 3,051 hit points altogether. He came a long way down the table when it came to kills, actually. He was joint 4th with only 1 kill. But when it came to base XP, he was second with 1,076. He fired 15 rounds, got 4 direct hits, 4 penetration, 8 splash. Damage of 3,051 hit points, all at more than 300 meters. He hit 9 of the enemy, but only killed 1. He also managed to get 2,830 hit points of stun assistance off 11 stuns. And he actually stopped 5 capture points whilst Carnarvon was actually in the cap. So that's 5 defense points, I should say. On a standard account, he earned 37,520 credits. And he got a personal missions payout of 10,000 credits. And after ammunition resupply, and remember the ammunition is fairly expensive, he was actually left with 19,470 credits. He earned 1,076 base XP, and he got a personal missions payout of another 538 XP, bringing his total to 1,614 altogether. But I'm sure he'll be most pleased about getting that first star on his barrel. And working his way now to getting a second one. So that's going to take a little while, but I'm sure he'll get there in the end. So congratulations to Malkavian. If you enjoyed this replay, please give it a like and do subscribe to our channel. And hopefully it'll be your replay that we'll be featuring in the next video.